Tapeface took America's Got Talent by storm, captivating audiences with his unique blend of silent comedy and prop manipulation. But there's more to this quirky character than what we saw on TV. From his humble beginnings in New Zealand to his Las Vegas residency, Tapeface's journey is full of surprises and untold stories. Early life and career. Sam Wills, the man behind Tapeface, was born on August 28, 1978 in Timaru, New Zealand. From a young age, Sam had a knack for making people laugh. He wasn't just the class clown. He was serious about comedy. At 13, he started training as a clown, showing early signs of his future career. As a teenager, Sam spent a lot of time watching comedy shows and trying to copy what he saw. He didn't stop at just watching, though. Sam went on to study at the Christchurch Polytechnic Institute of Technology's Circus School, where he earned a diploma in New Circus. This formal training gave him a solid foundation in various performance skills. After finishing school, Sam didn't just use his skills on stage. He actually went back to teach juggling at the same institute for 2 years. This experience helped him refine his techniques and understand how to engage an audience. Sam's journey from clown to comedian wasn't a straight path. He got interested in traditional circus freak shows, inspired by acts like the Jim Rose Circus and the Tokyo Shock Boys. This led him to try out shock comedy, which caught people's attention. In 2001, he made his first appearance on Pulp Comedy and even won the Best New Face award for that season. But not everyone was a fan at first. Some people found his early performances a bit cringeworthy. The Truth and TV Extra magazine even called him the Prince of Cringe. But Sam didn't let this stop him. He kept working on his act, performing at balls, private events, and corporate functions around Christchurch. In 2002, Sam took a big step in his career. He moved to Auckland and became a resident comedian at the Sky City Auckland Casino. There he ran a weekly show called the NCB Comedy Hour. This show was a hit because it mixed circus skills with vaudeville-style comedy, giving audiences something they hadn't seen before: the creation of Tapeface. The character of Tapeface didn't appear overnight. It was the result of years of experimentation and a desire to stand out in the comedy world. Sam Wills had been performing as a speaking comedian for years, but he felt something was missing. He wanted to create an act that was truly unique. The idea for Tapeface came from a simple need. Sam wanted to stop himself from talking during his performances. He had been trying to do silent comedy, but found himself slipping back into spoken words. So one day, he decided to literally tape his mouth shut. This not only kept him quiet, but also created a striking visual that immediately caught people's attention. The character of Tapeface is more than just a guy with tape on his mouth. Sam drew inspiration from various sources to create the complete package. He was influenced by classic silent film stars like Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin. These comedians showed him how much could be communicated without words. Sam also looked to modern performers for inspiration. He admired how the Blue Man Group created a recognizable brand with their distinctive look. This inspired him to make Tapeface visually memorable, with the black tape across his mouth becoming his trademark. The act itself evolved over time. Sam experimented with different props and routines, always trying to find new ways to make people laugh without speaking. He focused on creating visual gags and using everyday objects in unexpected ways. This approach allowed him to connect with audiences regardless of language barriers. As Tapeface, Sam found he could express himself in ways he couldn't as a speaking comedian. The character gave him freedom to be more physical and to play with audience expectations. Over time, Tapeface became more than just an act. It became Sam's primary persona in the entertainment world, pre-AGT success. Before stepping onto the America's Got Talent stage, Tapeface had already made quite a name for himself. In 2008, Sam took his show, The Boy with Tape on His Face, to the Melbourne Comedy Festival. This was a turning point in his career. The show was a massive hit, earning rave reviews from critics and audiences alike. People were drawn to the unique mix of silent comedy, prop manipulation, and audience participation. Following the success in Melbourne, Sam decided to take a big leap. He moved to London, hoping to break into the UK comedy scene. It was a risk, but one that paid off. In London, he continued to develop the tape-face character, performing as a modern mime. He kept the traditional striped shirt of classic mimes, but added his own twist to the act. Tapeface's popularity grew quickly in the UK. He became a regular at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, one of the world's largest arts festivals. His shows there were consistently sold out, with audiences and critics praising his innovative approach to comedy. In 2012, he won the festival's top comedy award, cementing his status as a rising star in the comedy world. The success at Edinburgh opened more doors for Tapeface. He started touring across Europe, performing in major cities and at international comedy festivals. His act crossed language barriers easily, making him popular in countries where he didn't speak the language. Back in New Zealand, Tapeface was also gaining recognition. He won several comedy awards and even had his own TV series. This show allowed him to bring his unique brand of comedy to a wider audience in his home country. By the time America's Got Talent came calling, Tapeface was already an established name in the comedy world. He had a loyal fan base, critical acclaim, and years of experience perfecting his act. The show wasn't discovering an unknown talent. It was introducing an international star to American audiences. Behind the scenes of AGT. When Tapeface appeared on America's Got Talent in 2016, it looked like he just walked on stage and started performing. But there was a lot more going on behind the scenes. The journey to that first audition started months before, with a long and detailed application process. Sam had to send in videos of his performances, go through multiple interviews, and prove that he had what it took to compete on one of America's biggest TV shows. Even though he was already successful in other countries, he still had to go through the same process as everyone else. Once he was selected for the show, the real work began. Sam had to adapt his act for television. What works in a live theater doesn't always translate well to TV. He spent hours choosing the right props and perfecting his timing. Every movement had to be bigger and more obvious to read well on camera. Preparing for each performance was intense. Sam had to come up with new material for every round of the competition. This meant constantly brainstorming ideas, testing out new props, and rehearsing for hours. All of this while dealing with the pressure of performing on national television. Interacting with the judges was another challenge. As Tapeface, Sam couldn't speak, so he had to find other ways to communicate. He used a lot of gestures and facial expressions, often playing up his reactions for comedic effect. Off camera, he stayed in character as much as possible, which meant a lot of silent nodding and thumbs-up gestures. The other contestants were fascinated by Tapeface. Many of them tried to get Sam to break character backstage, but he always stayed committed to the bit. This dedication impressed his fellow competitors and helped build a mystique around his character. One of the biggest challenges Sam faced was the time constraint. On AGT, acts only get a few minutes to perform. This meant cutting down routines that usually ran much longer and figuring out how to make the biggest impact in the shortest time. Sam had to be ruthless in editing his act, keeping only the strongest elements. The technical aspects of the show were also challenging. Sam had to work closely with the stage crew to make sure his props were set up correctly and that the lighting and camera angles were just right. Any small mistake could throw off the whole act. Despite the stress and long hours, Sam found the experience exciting. He enjoyed the challenge of performing for a new audience and the opportunity to bring his act to a bigger stage. The positive reaction from the judges and the audience kept him motivated throughout the competition. Even though he didn't win, making it to the finals was a huge achievement. It opened up new opportunities and introduced Tapeface to millions of new fans. The behind-the-scenes experience on AGT helped Sam refine his act even further and prepared him for the next phase of his career, post-AGT Career. After his run on America's Got Talent, Tapeface's career took off in a big way. The exposure from the show opened up new opportunities, especially in the United States. In 2018, he landed a major gig, a multi-year residency at Harrah's Las Vegas. This was a big deal, putting him in the same league as other famous Vegas performers. The Las Vegas show, called House of Tape, was designed specifically for Tapeface. It featured a mix of his classic routines and new material created just for Vegas audiences. The show was a hit, drawing in both fans who knew him from AGT and newcomers curious about the silent comedian. But Tapeface didn't just stay in Vegas. He also went on world tours, performing in countries across Europe, Asia, and Australasia. These tours allowed him to connect with his international fan base and expand his audience even further. He adapted his show for different cultures, proving that his brand of comedy could work anywhere. Television appearances continued to be a part of Tapeface's career. He made guest appearances on various TV shows, both in the U.S. and internationally. He competed on other Got Talent shows around the world, including Britain's Got Talent, The Champions, and America's Got Talent, The Champions. In 2020, like many performers, Tapeface had to adapt to the challenges posed by the global pandemic. He got creative, offering virtual performances and even drive-in shows. This flexibility showed that he could keep his act fresh and relevant even in difficult circumstances. Tapeface also expanded into other areas of entertainment. He released merchandise, including T-shirts and toys based on his character. There were even talks about potential movie and TV projects, though these were still in the early stages. Throughout all of this, Sam Wills continued to develop new material for Tapeface. He kept pushing the boundaries of what he could do without speaking, always looking for new ways to surprise and entertain his audience. The success Tapeface found after AGT wasn't just about fame or money. It allowed Sam to have more creative control over his career. He could choose which projects to take on and how to present his character to the world. This freedom let him stay true to his artistic vision while reaching a wider audience than ever before. The man behind the tape. Offstage, Sam Wills is quite different from his silent alter ego. Without the tape and makeup, he's talkative and quick-witted. Friends and colleagues describe him as down-to-earth and easy to get along with. He enjoys a good conversation and has a knack for making people laugh even when he's not performing. Sam's personal life is relatively private, but we do know some details. He was married to Felicity Redman, a burlesque performer known as Lily LaScala. They tied the knot in 2009 and had a son together in 2013. They named their child Rafferty Basil Danger Wills, a name that shows Sam's playful nature extends to his personal life too. When he's not performing, Sam enjoys simple pleasures. He's a fan of music and often listens to a wide variety of genres to get inspired for his acts. He also likes to read, particularly books about other comedians and performers. This helps him stay connected to the history of his craft. Sam is known for his creativity, which doesn't stop when he leaves the stage. He's always tinkering with new ideas for props or routines. His home is full of random objects that might one day make it into his act. Friends say he can turn even the most mundane household item into something funny. Despite his success, Sam remains humble. He's grateful for the opportunities he's had and doesn't take his fame for granted. He often mentors younger performers, sharing his knowledge about the entertainment industry. One thing that surprises many people is Sam's interest in the business side of show business. He's very involved in the planning and marketing of his shows. This hands-on approach has helped him maintain control over his career and the Tapeface brand. Controversy and challenges. While Tapeface has enjoyed a lot of success, his career hasn't been without challenges. One of the biggest issues he's faced is with impersonators. As Tapeface became more popular, other performers started copying his act. Some even advertised themselves as the real Tapeface, confusing fans and potentially taking work away from Sam. This problem came to a head in Las Vegas. Some fans who went to see the Tapeface show at Harrah's were disappointed to find out that it wasn't always Sam performing. While Sam had always intended for Tapeface to be a character that could be played by different people, not all fans were happy with this idea. Some felt misled, especially since the advertising featured Sam's image. The situation led to negative reviews online and complaints on social media. Sam and his team had to address the issue publicly. They explained that Tapeface was meant to be like other long-running shows where different performers play the same character. However, they also acknowledged that they needed to be clearer in their communication with fans. Another challenge Sam faced was maintaining the mystery of Tapeface while still promoting his shows. He had to find a balance between giving interviews and making appearances as himself and preserving the silent persona of Tapeface. This sometimes led to confusion among fans who weren't sure if they were supposed to know the man behind the character. Legal issues have also been a part of Sam's career. Like many performers, he's had to deal with contract disputes and negotiations. The details of these aren't public, but they've likely added stress to his professional life. The physical demands of being Tapeface have been another challenge. Performing such a physically intensive act night after night can take a toll. Sam has had to work hard to stay in shape and avoid injuries that could interrupt his performances. Despite these challenges, Sam has managed to keep Tapeface popular and relevant. He's addressed issues head-on when needed and hasn't been afraid to evolve his act and his approach to performing. These experiences have helped him become not just a better performer, but also a savvier entertainment professional. Tapeface's impact and legacy. Tapeface has left a significant mark on the world of comedy and entertainment. By bringing silent comedy to mainstream audiences, Sam Wills has helped revive interest in a classic form of performance. His success has inspired other performers to explore nonverbal comedy and think outside the box when creating their acts. In the world of talent shows, Tapeface changed what people thought was possible. He showed that you don't need a big voice or flashy dance moves to captivate an audience. His performances on various Got Talent shows around the world have become some of the most viewed and shared clips from these programs. Tapeface has also had a cultural impact beyond the stage. The image of the silent man with tape on his mouth has become iconic. It's been used in memes, Halloween costumes, and even in art. This widespread recognition has helped keep Tapeface in the public eye even when he's not actively performing. For aspiring comedians and performers, Tapeface serves as an example of the power of a unique concept. Sam Wills took a simple idea and turned it into a global brand. His success shows that there's still room for innovation in comedy. Looking to the future, it seems likely that Tapeface will continue to evolve. Sam has talked about expanding the Tapeface brand, possibly including more performers and even branching out into other media. Whatever form it takes, it's clear that the legacy of Tapeface will continue to influence comedy and entertainment for years to come. Tapeface's journey from New Zealand street performer to international comedy star is a testament to the power of creativity and perseverance. Sam Wills took a simple idea, a silent comedian with tape on his face, and turned it into something truly unique. Through his appearances on America's Got Talent and other shows around the world, Tapeface has brought joy to millions of people. He's shown that comedy can cross language barriers and connect with people on a universal level. Despite facing challenges and controversies, Sam has stayed true to his vision for Tapeface. He's continuously evolved the act, keeping it fresh and exciting for audiences. The story of Tapeface is more than just about one performer. It's about the enduring appeal of silent comedy, the power of a strong character, and the ability of art to bring people together. As Tapeface continues to perform and inspire, his impact on the world of entertainment is sure to be felt for many years to come.